customer relationship management tools. So when I started out as a business analyst, I always had this question come up in my mind whenever I saw the terms CRM and ERP. So what is a customer relationship management tool or an enterprise resource planning tool? You cannot use it interchangeably, but then it's more or less the same, and I'll explain what it is. Now, generally, applications are built out using tools like Java, Python, .NET, C, C++, etc. And it takes a lot of time to build an application from the ground up using all these tools, right? And you have to build each and every feature from the ground up. It could be anything, right? So what is a feature? Now, if you click on so let's say a very simple example that comes to my mind is the Amazon cart, right? Because I buy a lot of things on Amazon all the time. So let's say, for example, I want to buy 4 or 5 books. So I click on those books. It goes into my cart. I hit proceed to checkout. I pay the money, and then somebody brings me the book a couple of days later. Now that's a feature. The cart is a feature. But then this is an example of a feature for those of you who don't know what a feature is. So now, when you build an application using Java or Python or .NET or C++ or C, you need to build all these features from ground up, and it takes a lot of time. You need to have a database in place. You need to have a lot of other elements, and it's a very expensive affair, right? Now, big organizations like JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley can afford it. And there's so many other bigger organizations, right? But then there are some small businesses who cannot build an application. They don't have the purchasing capacity to hire 5 or 6 developers or contract 5 or 6 developers and testers and BA and build all these applications, build an application from ground up. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money. So they don't want to do that, and they don't have the purchasing capacity. That's where a customer relationship management tool or an ERP, enterprise resource planning tool, comes into the equation. So these tools, CRM or ERP, will have pre-built features and functionalities. Now, say for example, a customer. One good example of a CRM, a customer relationship management tool, would be Microsoft Dynamics 365. So other tools like Salesforce, Zoho, etc. You can give a lot of other examples. Now but let's just take Microsoft Dynamics 365 as for reference. So let's say your organization needs, you are running a small business and your organization needs a customer service a customer service application. Then you can always buy or subscribe to the Microsoft Dynamics customer service CRM, and they have a series of inbuilt features so that you don't need to spend so much time and code all the features and functionalities from the ground up. It all comes as pre-built function. CRM has all these functionalities and features built into it, so you don't have to build anything from the ground up. So what is so when it comes to customer relationship management tool, examples would be a customer service relationship, a customer service application, or a marketing application, or a sales application. When it comes to ERP, enterprise resource planning, it would be a finance application or a payroll application or an accounting application, right? So that's how it's divided. If a customer comes into the picture, we call it CRM. If it's something internal like finance, payroll, HR, we call it ERP. So, yeah, in a nutshell, instead of building features and functionalities from the ground up using CRM and ERP, you have a lot of pre-built features. At the same time, you can also customize these features to a certain extent. And it also has a lot of other drag and drop capabilities where you can build a feature with low code to no code. So that capability is also there in CRM and ERP. So without typing in a lot of code, you could still come up with a customized feature. So this is the reason why organizations used customer service relationship management, CRM tools, customer service relationship management tools, and the customer relation management tool, and enterprise resource planning tool, CRM and ERP, on a regular basis, especially if it is a smaller business, a small business, as opposed to building it from the ground up. Now, so how is this relevant to a business analyst? So let's say, for example, a job requirement comes in, and it says we need a Microsoft Dynamics 365 business analyst. Then what you can do is you can get familiar with Microsoft Dynamics 365 purely from an end user perspective, right? There are many segments to it, like field service, customer service, sales, marketing, etc. So you can get familiar from an end user perspective, right? Not from a code perspective or a technical perspective, strictly from an end user perspective. You can gather that familiarity, train yourself, and you can apply, saying that you can put in your resume that you are familiar with field service or custom CRM, Microsoft Dynamics CRM field service, or marketing. So that way they know that you have that familiarity, so you will be able to gather requirements better. So that's how you can crack these roles that comes up, right? So when I started out, whenever I used to see a requirement that has CRM or ERP, I did not apply. But as I worked, I got the opportunity to work in these kinds of projects which involved a CRM tool or a ERP tool, and then I got that familiarity. And then moving forward, I started applying for these roles also.